I think some of us have gotten so used to nobody really looking for us that we actually stopped expecting to be found. And I think that's where the real problem comes in. I know what it feels like. I remember when I was a little kid. My brothers are both older than me. One is about 5.5 years older than me, and the other one's just a little more than 7 years older than me. And probably, giving them all grace and stuff, probably I was extremely annoying. I mean, I was younger than them, and yet I always wanted to be involved in everything. Um, there was a lot of things they could do that I couldn't do, but I didn't really believe that, you know. And those of you that are, a younger sibling, especially the youngest, you totally get what I'm meaning. Those of you that are oldest, you probably have a ton of stories of all the annoying things that your younger siblings did. Totally get that too. I mean, I don't get it from a experiential standpoint, but I'm grown up enough and I have kids of my own. So I've definitely watched it happen enough that I get the concept. But I always think of that feeling when you're out playing hide and seek, or you think you are, if you know what I mean. In other words, you hide and you're in a really great spot. And this especially applies to those of us that were significantly younger than our, brothers or sisters, because we think we've finally done it. Oh, I found the perfect hiding spot and they can't find me. And it's like, right? We feel all good about ourselves. The truth of the matter is, and maybe we discovered it then, maybe we didn't even learn it until years later, but they weren't actually looking for us. We kind of eventually knew it deep down inside. That overall sense of being annoying rather than feeling included can leave some, pretty permanent stains on your soul, really, if you think about it. It can leave you with a overall sense and an impression of your acceptance in the world. And it's really easy to buy into that opinion and take that on as your own opinion of yourself. So then we flash forward into adulthood, and now, you're doing amazing things, you're getting it done, all that kind of stuff. And yet sometimes still doesn't feel like anybody's coming to look for you. You feel invisible. So when somebody says, show up, be visible, put yourself out there, just do it, those kind of things, immediately in the back of our mind, totally untrained, or totally embedded in us, whichever way you want to look at it, is that voice that comes up and says, yeah, but what difference would it make? Nobody's going to look anyway. And that quiet voice that is questioning you in spite of how amazingly cool some of the things you've done in this world are. It's something that we all really face. We all deal with in different ways. But I totally get that. I absolutely see that. And I know exactly how that feels. And sometimes it goes to the extent that what you really feel like is that you quietly have just disappeared. I think there's a lot of people, and I'm going totally from discussions I've had, that are dealing with that right now. I see that in a lot of the talks that I have. People who feel like they are doing it, they're showing up, they're doing the posts, they're doing all that stuff, and yet they've just quietly somehow disconnected. Yes, Herb, I'm working on Mother's Day. We gave Mom some gifts, and now she's actually napping. So, yeah, absolutely. It's important for us to embrace the reality of it. And that's that you haven't disappeared. People are noticing. But I want to hear from you. Have you ever felt like you disappeared quietly and nobody even noticed you were gone? What does that feel like for you? I'd love to hear from you. I hope that on this Mother's Day, you are happy, safe, warm, and loved, that you are celebrated if you are a mother, and absolutely celebrating your mom. And until we're together again next time, which is tomorrow, I hope you have a great week.